It just might be the greatest sports franchise in the history of sports. A place where legends are made, and there's always something to talk about. Get ready to immerse yourself in pinstripes. Start spreading the news. Hosted by Paul Semendinger and E.J. Fagan, a couple of doctors with a prescription for Yankee fever. And now, here's Dr. Paul Semendinger and Dr. E.J. Fagan. Get ready to start spreading the news.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, got to get rid of that graphic. It is the Start Spreading the News and the Dr. Sem Yankee Show all rolled up in one. Dr. E.J. Fagan, I keep promising this. I've been promising this since October, I think. And Dr. E.J. and I are going to be doing our regular show, hopefully live, hopefully beginning in July. I have had so many night meetings, so many things that I just can't do the Monday night show. And this week, I have a super special, very good friend as our guest. This is both shows, the Dr. Sem Show and the Start Spreading the News Show. But before we begin and before I introduce my super special guest, a reminder that this showgram, how do you like that? That's what happens when you rush. This program is brought to you by Artemisia Publishing. Artemisia is a fantastic publisher located in the United States of America, a traditional publisher who has published a host of great books, including the least among them written by, that's me, and Roy White's From Compton to the Bronx, that was written by me, and the wonderfully motivational 365.2, which was written by me, and the fantastically wonderful greatest novel ever written, Scattering the Ashes, that was written by me. And I have to get a better graphic, but the brandest, newest, yankiest book that I have is The Greatest New York Yankees by Uniform Number. Mike and I just gave it away, might have a chance to talk a little about that. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friend from Pennsylvania and a writer at Start Spreading the News, here is the great Mike Whiteman. How are you, Mike?
I am great. How about you, Paul?
I'm doing great. So we're going to have some fun. You came up with this idea probably a year ago. We met, we had pizza somewhere between Lancaster and Hershey. I don't know where we were, but it was some town somewhere. And you brought these wonderful packs of baseball cards, Hall of Famers.
Yep.
And you said, why don't we one day do an unwrapping program and see who's the best? So I was thinking that you'll open a pack, I'll open a pack. And why don't we do this? On the back of these cards, I can see through the wrapper, are little descriptions of the players. So why don't you then go first, start reading the description of the player, and we'll see how long it takes me to figure out who it is, and then I'll do the same. And then maybe if we can, we'll tell a story, something we remember about that player, etc. Make sense?
That sounds great.
And then maybe we'll decide who is the best player in the pack. That will have a big debate. All right, so you want to go first?
I will. And for the sake of integrity, I will show you sealed.
I just opened mine. That's why I was talking.
Sealed about 30, 40 years. These are the Donruss Hall of Fame baseball puzzle and cards. And I'm trying to think when I'm going to quick look for the date. Okay, so these are copyright 1983. So I just broke the seal from about 40 years here.
Yeah, 43 years ago.
And in case so here is the puzzle piece. So you get the puzzle piece and you get 8 Hall of Famers, at least Hall of Fame folks who are in the Hall of Fame as of 1983. And I found these at a local card shop. It was $1 a pack, and I couldn't resist. And I love nostalgia. I love the Hall of Fame, and I couldn't resist it. And then when I grabbed them, I got the idea. I said I have to get some of these to my good friend Paul, and we'll do similar to what we're doing tonight here. So let me read the first one here. Okay. This is one that's probably you're going to catch pretty quickly. one of baseball's greatest hitters and the last player to bat 400.
All right, so Teddy Ballgame you got there.
Teddy Ballgame.
Oh, that's a neat card. My
That is
dad's
a nice
favorite
card.
player. Yeah, very nice.
I was just going to say, yeah, he's your dad's favorite player.
That is cool. All right, here you go. You ready? This is card number 1 in the set. I don't know if that means anything.
Okay.
This player may have been baseball's greatest player. He certainly was the game's fiercest competitor. His batting accomplishments are legendary. A lifetime average of .367, 4,191 hits, 12 batting titles, his first at the age of 20, and 3 400 seasons, topped by 420 in 1911. Intimidating the opposition, the Georgia Peach stole 892 bases during a 24-year career, mostly with the Detroit Tigers, and his 96 steals in 1915 withstood the assault of base runners for almost 50 years. That player is
Ty Cobb.
And there he is, Tyrus Cobb.
Paul, let me ask you a question. What type of player do you think Ty Cobb would be today?
You know the joke he had, right? You know the Ty Cobb joke?
I'm not sure.
All right, so somebody asked him during the end of his life in the 1960s. They said, Ty, the game has changed, and it's different than it was when you were playing. And they said, how do you think you would do in the game today? And he said, I'd probably be about a 280 hitter. They said, really? And he goes, yeah, well, I'm 72 years old.
70. He was the gold standard. I mean, he was the guy, for maybe the first 20 years, I guess, before Ruth came along. Ty Cobb was it.
And Ty Cobb resented, they say, Babe Ruth because he felt the Babe hitting home runs was playing bastardizing the game or whatever, making the game the way it shouldn't be played. And that didn't make him very happy at the time. There's a great book called, I have it on my shelf across the hall, the room here, Babe and Ty, Ty and Babe. It's hard for me to see across the room. But it is about both of them after their careers were over. They played a series of golf tournaments, 3 golf tournaments, and it's actually a fantastic book. And you know what? We're going to do another show. At that other show, I'll pull the book off the shelf.
Okay.
And I'll show the book, and I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I seem to recall reading where I think Ruth had high regard for Cobb. Yeah, and whereas Cobb did not have such high regard for Ruth, at least when they were playing.
Mm-hmm. If you're the greatest of all time and somebody supplants you, that's a good reason to be resentful.
That can be hard to take. That could be hard to take, especially if he's playing something totally. I mean, he is not only considered maybe a better player, but he's taken your style and he's kind of making it obsolete. So,
100%. All right, what's your next guy?
All right, now okay, so here's one here. This one probably won't be as easy for you as the first one. The last of the legal spitballers won 270 games over 19 seasons for 7 major league teams, reaching 20 on 5 occasions. He won 13 straight for the 1927 Giants and helped the Cardinals to the pennants in 1930 and 31 and the Cubs in 1932. He was known as Old Stubblebeard for his habit of not shaving on the day he was scheduled to pitch.
Yeah, that's all you got for me, huh?
That's all I got for you.
Oh, my goodness, that's impossible. Burley Grimes.
Am
I right? Oh,
yes,
my God.
Yep, that is correct here. I got to with the light here. I want to try to get it there so you can see it there.
I was hoping you were going to say Brooklyn Dodgers, and then I would have known it was right, but I was just nothing but a guess.
Burley Grimes.
Good job there. Wow. All right. You're in the dark again now.
I say, where'd my light go here?
All right, here you go. This player was one of baseball's all-time power hitters. The slugging first baseman belted 534 home runs over 20 seasons, hitting 30 or more, a record 12 years in a row. Double X walloped 58 for the A's in 1932, only to miss Ruth's mark when rain erased 2 others' home runs, I guess. He copped the Triple Crown the following year when he repeated as MVP, and he had a 50-homer season with the Red Sox in 1938. But Greenberg's 58 cost him a second Triple Crown. That player was?
This Mr. Jimmy Fox.
You are good. There he is, Jimmy Fox.
Well, I could say that I have a little bit of an advantage. Jimmy Fox might have been my grandfather's favorite player.
Very cool.
And he was a big Philadelphia A's. Jimmy Fox, Lefty Grove, Connie Mack. He used to go watch him at Shibe Park.
Oh my goodness.
Told me many stories. I guess evidently Jimmy Fox, my grandfather grew up in Maryland, and I guess evidently Jimmy Fox used to come by and maybe, visit the players and coach the team a little bit. But after the Yankees, those A's of the late 20s, early 30s are my favorite teams.
Those are fun teams. I think Ty Cobb was on those A's teams.
I think he was at the end of his career.
Yes. Isn't that funny? So we've got 2 Philadelphia A's here in my pack. All right, go to the next guy.
Okay. All right, here. So known as the meal ticket, this pitcher led the Giants to 3 pennants and 2 near misses in a 5-year span, during which he averaged 23 victories a season, twice named MVP. That's back when pitchers were more commonly MVPs. Baffling hitters with a deceptive screwball.
Oh, Carl Hubbell.
A 46-inning scoreless streak, which is of course relevant now because of course the fellow was at Sanchez for the Phillies just had a 50-inning scoreless streak.
Am I right? Is it Carl Hubbell?
You are right. You are correct. Yeah.
We're going to rename the show. This is the Paul and Mike. We are the most brilliant baseball fans in the history of the world show. Wow.
I think that would get that'd get lots of views. I think that'd get lots of views.
We are the most brilliant baseball fans in the whole world. Carl Hubbell was the guy in the 32 All-Star game, was it? Who struck out Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, 5 guys in a row. I couldn't tell you the 5 guys.
Yeah, I think it was Ruth, Gehrig, maybe Fox.
Might have been
Bill
Fox.
Dickey might have been one of those guys. Oh,
right.
man.
Let's see. Who did Hubbell strike out?
I remember an interview.
5 Hall of Famers in succession. Here they are.
Okay.
Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, Al Simmons, another A, and Joe Cronin.
Okay. I remember reading something from Lefty Gomez because Lefty Gomez pitched that day. And I think Cronin batted 7th. And the guy who batted 8th, and maybe that was Bill Dickey, did not, he put some wood on the ball. He didn't strike out. And then Gomez struck out afterwards. And Gomez lamented, he says, if the batter before him would have struck out too, then we all would have known that he struck out 7 in a row, starting with Ruth, ending with Lefty Gomez. And so he thought that'd have been funny to put himself in the same company as all the great hitters.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong All-Star game here. This is 1937. So what year did I say it was? 32?
The 32 or might have been 33. Boy, I don't know.
33 was the first All-Star game. I thought it was 32.
Oh, maybe it was
the pitcher for the National League that day was Carl Hubbell, but he had only 1 strikeout. So, all right. I'm going to look this up.
I think it might be 1934.
1934, we have Lefty Gomez against Carl Hubbell. Carl Hubbell had 6 strikeouts that day, and here is the play-by-play. Hubble strikes out in the first inning. He gives up a single to Gehringer. He walks Heine Manouche. 2 on, nobody out. Babe Ruth whiffs. Lou Gehrig whiffs. Jimmy Fox whiffs. Then Lefty Gomez gives up a home run to Frankie Frisch, retires the next 3 guys, 2 ground outs and a strikeout. Then the second inning, Al Simmons strikes out. Joe Cronin strikes out. Bill Dickey singles to left. Lefty Gomez strikes out. Then Gomez retires to side in order. And then Charlie Druringer flies out. Heine Manouche grounds out. Babe Ruth walks. Lou Gehrig lines out. So doesn't get any strikeouts in the third. That's that famous game right there, 1934. All right. Why don't you lay the next one on me?
Okay, here.
So far, we're 4 for 4.
Well, this is one. This is one that you'll. Again, this is almost too easy, but he is. He's a great player, and I like talking about great players. But this gentleman is synonymous with home runs, but there was so much more than his 755 round tripper.
Oh, okay.
So, golly, who could he be? He also set all-time marks for the most games, at bats, total bases, and RBIs. His batting average over 23 seasons was .305, indications of the all-around ability of this quiet man from Mobile, Alabama. The National League MVP in 1957, he appeared in a record 24 All-Star contests with the Braves, Milwaukee, and Atlanta. Paul, who is that man?
Would that be Hammerin' Hank Aaron?
You would be correct.
Now, do you call him Hank Aaron or Henry Aaron?
I always call him Hank Aaron.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. 24 All-Star games. My goodness. That's a lot. And then, not only was he with the Braves, but of course he had 2 years with the Brewers at the end of his year. He was a DH for a couple of years.
My dad
24 All-Star games.
My dad used to do a trivia. I can name 3 guys that I can name only 3 guys that I remember from this trivia, but there were at least 3 great Hall of Famers who began their career in one city, left to play in another city, and then returned to their home city where they began with a different team to end their career. Can you name those 3 players? One of them is Hank Aaron. He begins with the Milwaukee Braves, ends with the Milwaukee Brewers. There's 2 others that I can think of.
Boy, I'm trying to think here. So who would have moved? Wonder if it's someone from St. Louis.
If it is, they're not on my brain. On my mental list.
Philadelphia.
If it is, it's not on my mental list.
So it's started.
I'll give you
in
a hint.
the city.
They both. One began in New York and ended in New York with a different team.
Okay.
And one began in Boston and ended in Boston with a different team.
Okay. Oh, boss. Okay. So, all right. Goodness. Okay. Boy, that's a good one. So, started in New York, ended in New York. Wouldn't be Johnny Mize, would it? He ended
that
with
would
the
be
Yankees.
A third guy. Did Johnny Mize come up with the Giants and then go to the Cardinals, or did he go with the Cardinals?
I'm not sure.
I'm going to look him up.
Look him up. Look him up.
That could be the 4th guy. He could be. Johnny Mize came up with the St. Louis Cardinals, so he doesn't count.
St. Louis Cardinals. Okay. Boy, that's a good one. That's a good question, Paul. That's
Isn't
a
that
real
fun?
good one.
My dad made that up a long time ago when I was a kid.
Your dad made up a good one. So started in Boston, ended in Boston. So we're talking Boston Braves, and then we're talking Boston Red Sox. So
or the other way around.
Or the other way around. So, but this would have been a while ago because the Braves moved to Milwaukee in the 50s, I think. So, goodness, that is a is it a famous player? Is it someone? Is it a Hall of Famer?
These are both Hall of Famers. Other lesser known players may have done it, but Hall of Famers who began their career in one city, left that city, and then returned to that city to complete their career, but with a different team than the team they started with. You're going to kick yourself when I give you the answers.
I probably will, but I will not stretch this out anymore. So throw the answers at me.
The first guy is a guy by the name of George Herman Ruth. Began with the Red Sox, played for the Yankees, and then he ended with the Boston Braves.
Myself. Yes, you're right. Yes.
And the other guy's name is Willie Say Hey Kid Mays, who began with the New York Giants.
New York Giants.
And then he ended with the Mets. Yeah. And then the third guy is Hank Aaron, who with the Milwaukee Braves, and then he ended with the Milwaukee Brewers. Isn't that fun?
That is a great question.
All right, I think it's up to you. Here we go. This is you're going to get this because you're an expert on this in this topic. This player combined speed, daring, and batting skills to rank among the best players in the Negro Leagues. His contemporaries rated him as the fastest of all on the base paths. The switch-hitting center fielder played for the St. Louis Stars, the Pittsburgh Crawfords, and the Homestead Grays, and the Kansas City Stars between 1922 and 1950. And 21 of those years, he also competed in winter ball. His coolness before big crowds resulted in his nickname, which I won't even tell you because you're going to know it.
Would that be James Cool Papa Bell?
That would be James Cool Papa Bell.
Cool Papa Bell.
You know the story about Cool Papa Bell, right? He was so fast. You know that one.
He had turned off the light and he was in bed before it got dark.
Yes. That's great stuff. You are an expert in Negro League baseball trivia. So, I mean, that could stump people because maybe they don't know the Negro Leagues as well, but you have followed the Negro Leagues and have researched the Negro Leagues. And so I knew I was right in your wheelhouse. I was like,
oh my God. Yeah. I don't know that I'm an expert, but I am an enthusiast.
Enthusiast? I think you're an expert.
The Negro Leagues are really, really fascinating. And I've really enjoyed the documentation that we now have, even though you can go on Baseball Reference and, you can see a season in the Negro Leagues just like you can, in the contemporary major leagues. And so, it's just a lot of fun for me to see and to research and to read about.
It is fascinating. One of my dad's favorite books was Only the Ball Was White. I have not read it yet, but that should be on my shelf over there too, unless my dad still has it in his collection. But I think I have that book on my shelf. Have not read it yet, but that's on my one-day list.
I think I have that as well. I have a biography of Cool Papa Bell that I need to read.
Oh.
And
Poznanski's book about Buck O'Neill is just phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. One of my regrets in life is Buck O'Neill came to a baseball card show here. It was like a big baseball card show. It was at the local mall, and I had it was right after the baseball by Ken Burns. So, he, of course, his profile, he was kind of introduced to the world, and he came, and I'm not a guy who pays for autographs. I shouldn't say never. I will pay for things for like charity. So I've got some items here that I paid for to benefit different charities. So I rationalize that it's for charity. That's why I bought that Phil Rizzuto autograph. But I really went back and forth to go and just to meet Buck O'Neill, and I didn't. And I kicked myself because, gosh, I would have sure liked meeting him.
Yeah, total classy human being.
Oh,
when is that auction?
Well, the one that I do regularly, that's in September.
Whenabouts in September?
Labor Day.
Really? It's on Labor Day?
Labor Day weekend, yep.
All right. Well, there's a better than zero chance that I will be in the Hershey area on Labor Day.
Oh.
So maybe if you wouldn't mind having me tag along, maybe I'll come with you on that day.
I would love to have you tag along, and what I'll tell you is the place where we go. It is a huge deal. the sports auction is just one part of it. Another part of it is the amazing food. So even if you're not a sports fan, it is something that you'll enjoy. But I would love to have you with me.
All right. So I just invited myself. So it all depends on a little baby when she decides to come and how much I'm needed at that time. But if I'm not needed and I can spare a few hours, I would love to attend that auction and help contribute to into the funding of the good charity.
Yep. It's for the local hospice.
Yes,
local hospice. So yep.
Who did a great job with your dad, as I recall.
They did.
Right?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So, but
now
would be
forward.
Be happy to have you down here. Be happy to have you.
All right, sounds good. All right, is it? I guess it's my turn. We have time for maybe a couple more guys.
Okay.
We're never going to get through. This is the definition of baseball fans. By the way, there are 8 cards in the pack, and we've gotten through 6 of them so far. So we have 16 cards in total. We've gotten through 6 of them.
That's okay.
It is okay because this is what baseball fans do. We just start talking.
That's what we do. Okay, here. Let's see here. Let me read the next one here to you. Okay. There was no sophisticated measures, or I'm sorry, there was no sophisticated measuring devices in the early 1900s, but this man's fastball was considered to be in a class by itself. Using a sweeping sidearm delivery, he fanned 3,508 batters over a brilliant 21-year career with the Washington Senators. Kind of gives it away a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit there because I was going a different direction till you said Senators.
Okay, and his 113 shutouts are more than any pitcher before or since. He won 416 games, second to Cy Young, despite hurling for a losing team, and he enjoyed 10 successive seasons with 20 or more victories. Name that Hall of Fame pitcher, Paul.
The Big Train, Walter Johnson.
The Big Train, Walter Johnson.
These are great cards. I mean, you talk about. All right, I'm going to give you one more now. Distinguished 54-year professional career, spanned the era from Christy Mathewson to Tom Seaver. He played 14 seasons in the majors, hitting .284, and in the 1923 World Series, he accounted for both giant victories with home runs. It was as a manager, though, that he earned Hall of Fame recognition, his feat of guiding the Yankees to 10 pennants and 7 World Series titles in a 12-year span ranks as the top managerial accomplishment of all time.
That would be Mr. Casey Stengel.
And there he is, Charles Dillon Casey Stengel.
Have you ever read the Stengel book written by
Robert Creamer?
Robert Creamer. Have you ever read that?
I have not. I've read Creamer's biography of Babe Ruth. I've never read his biography of Casey.
It is one of the best books I've ever read.
Oh my God.
Best baseball books I've ever read. I've read that multiple times. It just, Stengel himself, I mean, was just a fascinating character. And of course, Creamer's a really good writer. So it's just a really good book.
I think that won the Casey Award at one point, didn't it? When the best baseball book of the year. Something tells me it
might have. It might have. So yeah. So if you're looking for some good vacation reading, that's a good vacation reader right there.
That's awesome. All right, I'm going to give you the last 4 guys here, just so we can at least say we got through the pack. You're going to get them all.
All right.
Many, including John McGraw, considered this player baseball's greatest all-around player. Despite his awkward appearance, the Pittsburgh Pirates non-pareil shortstop was a sensational hitter, a brilliant base runner, and a flawless fielder. He broke into the majors by hitting .344 in 1897 and enjoyed 17 consecutive 300 seasons, including 8 as the NL batting champion, compiling a lifetime average of .329. The Flying Dutchman also stole 720 bases and led the league in thefts on 6 occasions.
Honus Wagner.
Too bad it's not the T206 card, because then we could retire here. All right, next guy. A legend, a pitcher in his own time, the brash fireballer burst onto the major league scene in 1932, and he averaged 24 wins a season over his first 5 campaigns. He was 30-7 in 1934 when he and his brother Paul led the Cards to the World Championship. This player topped the league in strikeouts 4 times and held the single-game record of 17. A broken toe suffered in the 1937 All-Star Game led to an arm injury that shortened his career. His name was
Dizzy Dean.
Dizzy Dean, another pitcher. And of all the guys in the box, the pack, this would be I would say the hardest one, but I think you'll get it. The ace of the Phillies staff for most of his brilliant 19-year career, despite usually pitching for a second division team, the durable workhorse was with a great fastball and pinpoint control won 286 games with 620 victory seasons in 1950. He paced the Phils to their first flag in 35 years with a 20-11 record. He was a frequent league leader in victories, innings pitched, complete games, shutouts, and strikeouts.
Robin Roberts.
All right, and the last guy.
I'm a Pennsylvania guy. Robin Roberts is well regarded in these parts.
Rapid Robert. Then this one you get easy. This player from the Pirates played with an intensity that won him universal admiration. Despite an unorthodox batting style, he topped the 300 mark 13 times, winning 4 batting crowns and amassing exactly 3,000 hits. He was equally brilliant in right field as he paced outfielders and assists 5 times with his rifle arm. He was the MVP in 1966 and the star of the 1971 World Series, where he batted .414. He died in a plane crash flying relief supplies to Nicaraguan earthquake victims.
That would be the legendary Roberto Clemente.
Indeed. Have you read the Clemente book?
I have it here.
David, David, whatever, Marinus?
Marinassus, or I have it. I'm looking at it right here.
Get it. Read it.
I have looked at it. I haven't sat down and read it through.
It's phenomenal. That book
do that
is
this
also
summer.
great. Yes.
Do that this
and he
summer.
talks a lot at the end about the airplane crash.
Okay.
I always pictured him flying and the plane crashing en route to Nicaragua. It never really got off the ground. It basically crashed as it took off from Puerto Rico.
Oh my, okay.
Yeah, amazing stuff. And one of Clemente's teammates, Manny Sanguillen, actually was there or went there and was with the diving crew trying to find him because they never found him. And Marinus talks all about that in the book. It's phenomenal. The book, it talks about his career, of course, and what a great player he was and how he wasn't he was misunderstood because of his fact that he was from Puerto Rico and he had an accent and all that kind of stuff. But it's just great. So I highly recommend that book. So we've picked a couple of great books out. You have any final thoughts here for the end of this show here, Mike?
No, this is just pure fun. Pure fun, just sitting here and chatting baseball. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you inviting me. So thank you.
Thank you. And you know what? I think we should have you on next week's show. So why don't we try to arrange that? We'll do a similar type of thing. I think we're going to do some
Let's work on that.
Yeah. So I'll see you real soon. All right.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Mike. And I'm going to wrap this baby up here. This has been the Dr. Sem Yankees show and the Start Spreading the News Yankees podcast. We thank you for watching. Let me get the closing little advertisement here for the McGrath Sport Network ready to go. And again, once July rolls around for the Start Spreading the News podcast, EJ and I will eventually be live again. I will be retired again, and that will help me have some free time in order to do live broadcasts. Thank you for watching. Have yourselves a wonderful day.